okay as we hit record for this session?
Good on my end.
Perfect. Thanks, Jason. And I know that we have several communities dialing in today, so thank you very much for your participation. I know that we have our friends from Summerland, we have the Vineyards, Orlando, Lake Norman, Lake Frederick, and I believe the Polo Club, as well as members of our Central Services team. So thank you, everybody, for making time today. We are going to walk through our Explore 360 2020 golf program as it stands as of today. Not saying that we won't add more trips, but at least as of today, we're going to be reviewing our Ireland trip and also our Nevada Prospector. So for just a moment, I wanted to explain to everybody what Explore 360 is. Many of you have already participated in a lot of our programs, but it is our inter-trilogy travel program. And one of our visions was to make sure that we are constantly connecting our members that have like interests. And this is one way that we have found that we have created a great little niche for ourselves based on some events that we have done in the past. So we recently did Erin Hills. We did that back in 2018 and had a very small group of members that went with one of our head golf professionals, Scott. And they had a lovely time, which then prompted us to do the Arizona Prospector, which we did in spring of last year. And we had members from 4 different communities that participated. So we felt that for 2020, we might really go out and stretch ourselves, stretch our wings a little bit, and take you over to Ireland. So Explore 360 is, again, a chance for all of our Trilogy members to get to know each other a little bit better. So you'll have 2 hosts today so that you don't need to listen to me very often or very long, since I am not a golf professional. I am a lifestyle specialist, but I know that golf is an important part of our programming. So today, leading the presentation will be Scott Mattiello, our head golf professional and general manager at Trilogy Vistancia. Those of you that went on the Arizona Prospector are very familiar with Scott, as well as if you attended the Erin Hills event. And then also we have our trusted golf partner that's joining us today too, to share with you the experiences and how he's put together the Ireland trip. Jason Kauflin has been working with us now for a couple of years. And Jason, we thank you for making time to spend your morning today with our members. So thank you very much.
Happy to be involved.
All right, we're going to start out with the Ireland Prospector. And actually, we are going to show you a video to start. Then the cadence for the day we'll start with a video from Jason. Then I'm going to turn the microphone over to Scott, and we will go day by day so that you can see exactly what you've seen in the video. Then we're going to take questions about Ireland. Then we are going to go through Nevada day by day and take questions about the Nevada Prospector. The one shout out I would like to give is we just put our presentation up on the MTL Monthly just about a week ago, and we've already had 2 members that have signed up and have agreed to go on the Ireland trip. So we are very confident that this is going to be something that our members are really going to enjoy. Now I'm going to mute my mic, and we are going to watch a short video from Jason. Thank you.
This is Jason Kauflin of Wisconsin Golf Trips. As a golf tour operator, I get to a lot of interesting places. I am so excited to share one of my absolute favorite spots with the Trilogy family. Welcome to the Ireland Prospector Golf Trip 2020. You will spend 4 nights at Galgorm Resort, which blends modern amenities with old world charm. There are 3 distinct restaurants on property, and Galgorm's spa and outdoor thermal village are second to none. Those arriving early enough will have the opportunity to play nearby Galgorm Castle Golf Club. The first full day of golf will be at Port Stewart Golf Club. I believe Port Stewart might have the best starting holes of any golf course in the world. Recent host of the 2017 Irish Open won by John Rahm, Port Stewart is a true championship caliber course that is sure to delight. Also planned for this day is a quick tour of Bushmills Distillery. Opened in 1608, Bushmills is the oldest licensed whiskey distillery in the world. Tuesday will be a day trip northwest to County Donegal in Ireland. You will play Ballyliffin Golf Club, which is ranked amongst the world's best links courses. Dinner that night will be in the famed walled city of Derry before heading back to the hotel. Castle Rock Golf Club will be the next great course played by the group, but our real goal on Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning is to build in a little downtime for everybody. You will have time to relax at the resort or possibly explore the famous Giant's Causeway coastline nearby. If you are into sightseeing at all, this will be the place to do it. Thursday afternoon will be our showcase round of the trip. We have tee times reserved at Royal Portrush, home of last year's Open Championship won by Irishman Shane Lowry. This is one of the most majestic courses I have ever played, but a course that can be enjoyed by golfers of all skill levels. Everyone will get to see why Royal Portrush was so deserving to host a major championship. After playing Portrush, the group will check into the Sleeve Donard Hotel in Newcastle for 3 nights. At breakfast each morning, you will be treated to stunning views of the mountains of Mourne nearby. Friday's round will be played at Royal Belfast Golf Club. Royal Belfast is a more traditional parkland course and also boasts the oldest golf club in Ireland. The club was founded in 1881. The final round of the trip will be played at Ardglass Golf Club on Saturday. Ardglass is a locals course that has a worldwide reputation as a course not to miss. With views of the Irish Sea found on every hole, Ardglass is a fitting end to what will be an amazing Ireland Prospectors golf trip.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Scott Mattiello. I'm the Director of Golf General Manager at the Trilogy of Vistancia, and I had the great honor of being a part of the Fore 360 Erin Hills Experience. Just following the U.S. Open, we were there. Can everyone hear me okay?
It's a little muted on my side there, Scott. Yeah, thanks.
All right, I'm going to start over. Good
There you
morning,
go.
everybody. My name is Scott Mattiello. I'm the General Manager at the Trilogy of Vistancia, and I had the great honor of being a part of the Explore 360 Erin Hills Experience. It was actually October 2017 that we went. We followed Brooks Koepka's championship there, and were able to play there and had a wonderful time. And that kind of started off our golf prospectors. So I'm excited to share with you today the Ireland Prospector, which is June 14th through the 21st. Members will tee up on some of the world's most incredible golf courses in Northern Ireland, as you saw from the video, including Royal Portrush Golf Club, Port Stewart Golf Club, and Ardglass Golf Clubs, and more. So this is open to Trilogy members and their guests, and we look forward to sharing a little bit more about the day-to-day opportunities that we have for you. And I'm going to turn it over to Jason. We will roll into a Q&A following this, but he can give you a little bit more about the logistics of the trip. So appreciate you all being a part of this today.
Good morning from Wisconsin, everyone. We're going to go through real quickly the day by day so everyone has a pretty clear picture of exactly what is included in the trip. We have everyone arriving in either Dublin or Belfast airports, and we'll show a map in a second for anyone that's unfamiliar with where those are in relation to the golf courses we're playing. But either way, either airport you decide to fly into, and throughout the entire trip, transportation is included from start to finish. So we will have a local vendor that will be with the group the entire time and spending the night with the group. So you'll get to know the driver pretty well, the driver or drivers pretty well. So depending on where you fly in, again, we will meet at Galgorm Spa and Golf Resort on day one. Definitely one of my favorite hotels in the world. Might not be the most convenient spot for the courses that we were playing, but overall it is absolutely the best option for everything that they offer and the restaurants and everything. So, and again, we will start out that night with a little gin education. They have a gin library at Galgorm, and they are very proud to explain the history of gin and how it's produced, and give everyone a nice little taste test on that evening. And then because we don't exactly know the timing of everything with the meet and greet, we're going to leave dinner on everybody up to everybody that evening on your own on one of the restaurants on property. And here's our map for anyone that needs a geography lesson. So the upper left picture is obviously the United Kingdom. So for those that don't know, Northern Ireland is not part of Ireland. Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom, so under British rule and British law. And and if you scoot over to the right, you can see a little bit more of a zoomed in picture of Northern Ireland, with Belfast airport being the most convenient. It all depends on where you're coming from as to whether or not Belfast will be the best option for you. I've flown into both. Dublin's a little bit out of the way, but again, is relatively easy. You're only looking at about a 2-hour drive from Dublin Airport to Galgorm Resort. So again, not a horrendous option if that's the best case scenario. And you can see where most of the courses, 4 of the courses are up on the north coast, and then we have the one at Galgorm, and then the 2 on the east coast there at Royal Belfast and Ardglass for the last couple days. So again, day 1, the breakfasts at Galgorm are traditional European style. When I see the words continental, I think of more basic. This is a more full breakfast at your disposal each morning at Galgorm. The golf course at Port Stewart, which will be our first full round, is about a 40-minute drive. I can't say enough about Port Stewart. I purposely did not put in a video that I took of the first hole at Port Stewart. I didn't want to kind of give it away as to how impressive that first hole is, but it's one of those places you don't see the start until you get done hitting balls, and then you check in, and then you kind of go up a little rise and a couple stairs, and it's kind of unveiled to you. It's very impressive. And then we should have plenty of time to, again, slip over to Bushmills Whiskey Distillery for a little taste testing and tour of the facility, and ending the evening at Fratelli Restaurant inside Galgorm Resort. They're Italian, fine dining Italian. Next on Tuesday. Tuesday's probably the longest day of the trip. A full, what I'd call day trip up to Ballyliffin, which again is actually in Ireland proper. Ballyliffin is not in Northern Ireland, but just outside of the boundaries of Northern Ireland. A very, very popular links course in that part of the world. And then we will travel through the city of Derry on the way to get to Ballyliffin, and then on the way back from the golf course, we will stop at stop in the town of Derry for dinner that night at a local hotel. Wednesday, as it said in the video, one of our big goals for Wednesday and Thursday, there obviously are a lot of very interesting things to see besides playing golf in the area. So what we tried to do is come up with a schedule that would allow for some sightseeing, depending on what your interests are. And one thing I'd like to make clear to the group is, with a trip like this and not knowing exactly how many people we're going to have, there are still some fine details that are to be determined. So whether we have 1 vehicle or 2 vehicles may determine exactly what our plans are for these days, but those will come more into focus as we move forward. But what we'd like to have happen is, again, have the opportunity after playing Castle Rock to give those that are interested in exploring that northern coast area where Giants Causeway is, to have that opportunity as well. And then possibly even to do it after coming back to the hotel and freshening up and cleaning up as well. So we'll have to figure that out as we go. And again, because of that, not knowing exactly what the plan is for that evening, we're going to let everyone choose their own dinner that night as well. So our last morning at Galgorm, similar ideas to the afternoon before. So our round at Portrush is not till later in the afternoon. So there will be time to either relax at the resort that morning, get packed up, or if you are interested in, again, getting to a couple of the local sites that you may not have seen, there should be time that morning as well. So we probably would not leave until maybe right after lunch for Portrush to get up for our afternoon tea time. And then, so it's a later day, little flexibility in the morning, golf in the afternoon, probably dinner at the course, I would guess, and then transportation straight down to Slieve Donard that night, which is, again, probably a 1:45 to 2-hour drive that night. Again, a long day, but as you'll see on the next slide, we've built in a little time the next morning as well. So our tee time at Royal Belfast is, again, around lunchtime. So we will have time to let everybody get recuperated, get up and get a good breakfast that morning at the Slieve Donard. Again, these are upscale hotels that are willing to meet any request given. Great place to stay. Royal Belfast, I was very surprised by Royal Belfast. I did not know there would be what I'd consider a traditional parkland course in that area around Belfast, but it played very, very American. So it's a nice break from the true links courses that you'll be playing. And then again, there will be time in Belfast. We'll figure out some plan to do give everyone time for a self-guided tour or have the driver take around to some of the sites in Belfast if you've never been there. And then we will have dinner back at the hotel that evening. And then our last round of golf is at Ardglass Golf Club, which this is a good final day for the group. A little low key. The course is very close to the hotel relatively, and then dinner is within walking distance of the hotel that night. So it should be a good, very relaxing last full day for the group. Ardglass is, like I said in the video, not one of the most world famous golf courses in the area, but a course that everyone leaves saying, I can't wait to get back to the place. And then our final morning, again, whether you are going to Belfast or Dublin to fly out, both are about the same distance away. Belfast Airport is probably about 35, 40 minutes. Dublin Airport's about an hour away from the hotel. So either one's very convenient. Full breakfast that morning. And again, as Sarah will probably discuss, there is potential here for add-on for anyone that possibly would like to add another couple days to their trip. This would be an easy way to do it, finishing your day at Slieve Donard. And I'll turn it over to Scott.
Okay, thank you, Jason. If you all didn't get that, it's gin the first day, whiskey the second day, wine the third day. I'm just kidding. No, a lot of cocktails involved. He did a great job getting this organized. I do like the link style plus the parkland. I think he gave you a variety of different golf courses. And the last course he didn't mention, I believe, Jason, you can see water, the ocean, every hole on that golf course, and that's why everyone enjoys it. But I just wanted to kind of do a quick summary here about what's included in the package. So we have the 4 nights accommodations at the Galgorm Spa and Golf Resort, 3 nights at the Slieve Donard Resort and Spa, luxury coach transportation with experienced driver each day, and from organized events, gratuity is included in that. We have the full continental breakfast each morning, which Jason did explain. Those are a little different than the Americanized continental breakfast, more of a full breakfast. We have 6 rounds of golf, dinner for 4 nights consisting of 3-course meals with complimentary drinks, either a half bottle of wine per person or 2 beers, soft drinks per person. Special events include a welcome reception and gin tasting, the tour of the Bushmills Distillery, and the Walled City tour of Derry. So again, package seems to be well laid out. There is enough time in between rounds to kind of give you, it doesn't seem to be rushed. So I don't want you to get, it's a lot of golf, but it is well designed where there's enough time in between each round, and you'll have time in the evening to really just enjoy time with yourselves, but also with the couples that you're about to meet on Explore 360. Okay, next slide there. Just go over the details here. It's $3,935 per person. That is double occupancy. Airfare is not included there. And then $4,570 per person for a single occupancy. Airfare not included. We are doing an early bird registration special. It is open until January 2nd. After January 2nd, the prices will be increased by $100. For the trip to take place, we are looking for at least 8 members to sign up to participate. Don't believe that's going to be an issue. We've already had 2 from Trilogy at Summerlin sign up already as a couple. So this is the first time we are promoting the event. They will be out on MTL. So we appreciate all the clubs joining us today to learn a little bit more about the Ireland Prospector. We are going to open it up to Q&A, any questions you may have, but hopefully you can get any other details that we may not have covered on that link that Jason has available there at wisconsingolftrips.com, Ireland Prospector Golf Trip 2020. So we will be sending that out to everybody, and that will be part of MTL, so you can get a little bit more of the logistics and details if we haven't covered it today.
Question from Trilogy Lake Norman.
Okay, go ahead, Lake Norman.
This is Dean Duncan. Are you anticipating the trip will include caddies, or are they recommended, or what's the procedure?
I'm happy that's the first question out of the bag, because that was one of the things as I was watching our presentation that was like, that's going to come up right away. So very good question, Dane. So how it works is most courses have caddies that are kind of an individual contract where you're signing up with them that day and can be requested in advance. Some of the courses also have golf carts or buggies, as they call them, that again you can request in advance in case you don't want to walk every day. And also courses, some courses like Port Stewart, their norm is to have a 4 caddy with the group. So you're walking and you're either pulling your clubs or using, very common is an electric push cart. So an electric trolley is an option that's available at most of the courses. So again, you can walk with your own bag but not have to carry anything, and you've still got someone from the course with you. But the price package that we have does not include any caddy fee or cart fee, because it is something that each person can decide and request.
So Jason, this is Sarah. I think that was an excellent question that we had not anticipated. Do you have an idea of what either requesting a caddy or a cart might cost as an add-on?
Absolutely. The norm for a caddy in that area would be 50 to 60 pounds plus gratuity. So probably in the $80 to $100 range per person for an individual caddy. Golf carts, buggies, very common, similar to what you'd expect in the States, 35 pounds, maybe $45 for a riding cart. And electric trolleys or pole trolleys are nominal, maybe 10 pounds, $10 to $15.
Thank you for the question there, Lake Norman. Anybody else?
Summerlin, we are wondering if anyone knows the weather at that time of year for Ireland.
I can answer that. My contacts over there did recommend mid-June as a good time to come. I will say it is Northern Ireland. I would guess that in any trip at any time of the year that's 7 days long, there will be inclement weather. So I would think rain suits should be brought. But overall, I think weather should be in that I would expect decent weather at times. Not the desert type weather that most are used to, but 60s, 70s Fahrenheit I would expect in June. So I don't. It's not something I'd be overly concerned with, except preparing for the worst is probably a very smart thing going to Northern Ireland.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would just caution you that's coming from a gentleman from Wisconsin who invited us out there in October.
Yes, is there a maximum number of members to cap out?
We do have our max at 16 only based on our tee times at Royal Portrush. The Royal Portrush times were the ones we had to book well in advance due to the popularity from the Open Championship. So we have 16 spots reserved. Could the trip grow beyond that? Possibly, based on either members deciding they didn't want to play Portrush or trying to find maybe another tee time on that day. So 16 is our goal, 8's our minimum, but it is somewhat flexible.
Okay, hang on. We have one question here. Verde River.
Okay, I see there's a certain amount of days of playing golf. Is there, let's say I wanted to play 3 days, let's say, and 3 other days, do you have anything planned for the ladies to do, exploring castles or any of the highlights of the area?
I'll speak on Sarah's behalf on this one. I would say that we did not, on this particular trip, go out of our way to come up with a pieced out version for people that want to play part-time. But I think that's very possible. I think that's something that we can discuss. I know that was very common for the event we did in Arizona last year, where that people didn't want to play every day that was on the schedule, and we were able to kind of piece that together. So I think that's depending on the numbers that we're looking at, it's a possibility. But if we do get 16 full-time members that are looking for golf, I'd like to hear Sarah's opinion on that as well, if you don't mind.
Jason, thanks very much for fielding that question, because it's a great one. We could certainly work together and come up with something if you didn't want to play all the days. Yeah, understandable. Absolutely. Yeah, we can work on that separately, Jason. Sounds like a great challenge just got thrown at us, so we'll take that ball and run with it.
Those are easy questions. Those are easy.
Okay, do we have anybody else that has any further questions before we move on to the Nevada Prospector? Okay, thank you all. It's not me. Okay, I'm going to start off here. We have Nevada Prospector. We're going to be planning this for September 14th through the 19th. So golf lovers, we have this perfect trip planned for you. We are heading to some of the most beautiful areas in the country in fall 2020, Reno and Tahoe. You will enjoy some of the most magnificent courses, including Somerset Country Club, Grizzly Ranch Golf Club, Gray's Crossing Golf Course, and our very own managed Blue Star Resort and Golf, Schafer's Mill Golf Club, which I've heard a lot of good things about. So I am looking forward to this event as well. This is open to Trilogy members and their guests. And I'm going to turn it over to Jason for the day-to-day and the Nevada Prospector.
Unfortunately, no exciting video for this trip, everyone. But I do. There is going to be an itinerary available for both trips for anyone that wants to look at more photographs and more pictures of the golf courses if you're into that kind of thing. But to start out for the Reno-Tahoe trip, Reno-Tahoe International Airport is a decent airport to come into, especially from the Southwest. There's usually generous flights coming in. So our meeting date will be Monday, September 14th. There is a shuttle from the airport, and we will be doing a meet and greet that evening. They have a brand new Topgolf swing suite inside the casino. So again, not the actual Topgolf that we did in Arizona last year, but a very nice area with a bar, and drinks and appetizers will be provided to get to know everyone. And again, we have dinner on your own, only because we don't know exactly the timing of that welcome reception at this point. And again, it may fill up people enough, and if others want to go get dinner, they can. There's obviously multiple restaurants inside the casino to do so at. So we are going to do breakfast on your own. Again, depending on everyone's tastes, plenty of options and 24-hour cafes inside the complex to do so. And then our first round will be very close, it's only about 20 minutes away. Somerset Country Club in Reno is one of the premier semi-private clubs in that area. One of my absolute favorite courses in the Reno-Tahoe market. Elevation changes, beautiful colors, purples and browns and greens, just a wonderful track. And then we are going to do a hosted dinner that night inside the El Dorado Resort Casino at La Strada Italian Restaurant. For those that are wondering why the El Dorado Resort Casino has come up, so the casino complex that we were staying at, there are 3 casinos attached. There's the El Dorado, the Silver Legacy, and the Circus Circus. It's 3 separate casinos, three separate hotels, but attached by a main mezzanine. So you can walk between all 3 without having to go up or down any stairs or escalators. It is a very centralized, excellent spot for a group of golfers. Trust me on that. Wednesday, I have the pleasure of introducing, for those that are not familiar with it, Grizzly Ranch Golf Club. Grizzly Ranch is in my personal top 10 favorite courses in the world. It is a combination of tranquil mountain settings, staff members that cater to your needs, just an overall tremendous golf experience. And we will be playing later in the day at Grizzly Ranch because one of the most fun things that they put on is a combination dinner and pitching contest after the day is over. So as the sun is going down, you have a cowboy barbecue out on the picnic tables and inside the little restaurant there on the 18th hole. And then they set up a little mat and bring out some prizes. And then each person gets one shot to the 18th green about 60 yards away to see who can put it closest to the pin while you're eating, and everyone's having some drinks and having a good time. It is a great, great evening to finish off a day of golf. The third day of golf is going to be at Gray's Crossing in Truckee. For those that don't know Truckee, a very popular golf destination about 30 minutes away from downtown Reno. And in fact, some of the news going around, for those that are familiar with the PGA Tour, they've been hosting a tournament called the Barracuda Championship at a private club in Reno for many years. And that club has pulled out, and the club that has both Gray's Crossing and a course called Old Greenwood is going to be hosting that PGA event starting next year. It's yet to be announced. So it's a very, very popular destination, the Tahoe Mountain Club. And I think you guys will love Gray's Crossing. And again, we're going to allow everyone to do dinner on their own back at the casino with all the different options on premises. And again, I think I'll introduce this round and let Sarah and Scott talk more about going out to Schafer's Mill, which again is a Blue Star managed property in Truckee. They've done a pretty good renovation there and have added a new restaurant called the Sawyer at Schafer's Mill, and we'll be doing a full day out there to finish the trip. And I'll let Scott take over again. Yeah, go ahead, Scott, checking out and finishing up the details for this trip.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Yeah, I have not been to Schafer's Mill myself, and like I said earlier, it is a golf club I'm looking forward to playing. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I know they've done a lot of work up there, and Brent has had his hands full, but they had a tremendous year this past year. So that is a facility I'm looking at playing and experiencing at the Sawyer as well. I wish I could add a little bit more there. I know the setting's beautiful. I know Truckee's known for its sites, and I think this looks like a fun Nevada Prospector that Jason put together, and I'm glad we're able to spend the last day, Friday, at our own Blue Star managed course. Saturday the 19th, we will check out of the Silver Legacy Resort Casino and then have transportation back to the Reno-Tahoe International Airport, and that is included in the package. So let me just review what the package includes. 5 nights accommodation at the Silver Legacy Resort Casino, transportation to and from the airport, and golf each day, gratuity included. welcome reception at the Top Golf Swing Suite, including appetizers and drinks, and 4 rounds of championship golf on some of the finest courses in the area, and dinner for 3 nights. This package details are priced at $1,200 per person, double occupancy, airfare not included, and $1,475 per person, single occupancy, airfare not included. We are doing the early bird registration is open until May 1st. After May 1st, the price will increase by $100. So if this is something that you're considering doing, let's take advantage of the early bird special. Full payment requested at time of registration, and cancellations will be accepted up to 60 days in advance. Cancellations penalty may apply. So for the trip to take place, we're looking for at least 8 members to sign up for the Nevada Prospector. So if there's anything we haven't covered, again, we will email out the registration information in the link of WisconsinGolfTrips.com, Nevada Prospector Golf Trip 2020. We'll turn it over to Q&A if you want to go over any of the details here, logistics for the day by day for the Nevada. Go ahead and fire away.
Scott.
Yes, that is. We had a great time. We had great members from other properties come out here and enjoy. We played Wickenburg, we played Vistancia, we played Verde River, and that picture there is from Encantera. That was a great, great trip here in Arizona. No questions here at Verde River. Anybody else?
As we conclude today's presentation, I want to thank everybody for their participation and support of our Explore 360 program. One of the reasons that we actually selected the Nevada Prospector is, number one, it's a beautiful area, and it is gorgeous, absolutely. The other thing that we recognize is when we did our Arizona Prospector, we had an awful lot of our communities from that California market, since we have 3 different communities there. So we priced it so that you can just drive on up. You may have played those courses before, but I still encourage you to join in the fun and get to know some more of your Trilogy neighbors. All of this information, we have recorded it today, so it will be on MTL, of course, my favorite communication tool, mytrilogylife.com. It will be there for you, and I will email everything out again, plus the recording, to all of our lifestyle directors as well at each location. So we are always available for questions or comments. The team can always answer and refer back to this video recording for you today. But we do encourage you, if you do have questions, reach out to Jason directly. I mean, he is a seasoned professional and runs his own company. And we have been fortunate enough to work with Jason through the years, very accommodating. And he has an affiliate, for those of you who are thinking about that Ireland Prospector. He does have an affiliate in Ireland who will be there for us, who knows the area, speaks the language, and can certainly help us navigate anything that might come up along the way. And the great thing about both Ireland and Nevada is I have several head golf professionals that have reached out to me personally that would like to be chaperones for that trip. So, you know, there's always a hand up in the air somewhere of somebody who thinks that they might, like Scott says, I might need to go to Ireland to make sure that our members are well taken care of. So thank you again for attending today. I will get this information out to our teams as quickly as possible. And we really appreciate your support at Trilogy. Thank you very, very much. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
Sarah. Thanks, Sarah.